The state has a vision for Atlantic City to diversify its attractions and create a new family-friendly cultural district. The Casino Redevelopment Authority and the Atlantic City Alliance are funding a 5-year, $13 million project to transform vacant lots into green spaces with world-class art. The first 2 sites were unveiled just 10 days after Hurricane Sandy slammed into the Jersey Shore. While much of the city was flooded, both installations came through the storm unscathed. Organizers decided to go ahead with the unveiling to help bring the community together and to honor the first responders. One site features an illusionistic geometric work by California artist John Roloff. It doubles as a performance space. Here's the Atlantic City Ballet.
Atlantic City is a very curious place. It's like Coney Island in Las Vegas from my perspective, you know, and it's a very unique American mixture. The deeper conceptual part of this work has to do with a spot directly on the other side of the earth, offshore from Perth, Australia. So if you were to run from the center of this, if you were to run a line through the middle of the earth, that's where you would come out. And so this idea of this vortex, like where does it end? Like what does it suggest?
The second installation occupies a 7-acre lot, vacant since the Sands Hotel was demolished in 2007. Lance Fung, who has created acclaimed art installations from Beijing to San Francisco, is the project curator.
I came up with the initial, very naive, simplistic drawing of the form from looking at the history of the steel pier here in Atlantic City. And so the form evolved around the form of a roller coaster. It's these 2 mounds hollowed out of grass. And in the middle of those 2 exhibition spaces, open air to Mother Nature, are 3 artists. One artist is named Kiki Smith, who was born and raised in New Jersey.
I've worked with Lance twice already in the Arctic and in Torino during the Olympics, Winter Olympics, and so when he asked, I immediately said yes, I would love to work with him again.
And the other exhibition space is a fantastic sculpture by Ilya and Amelia Kabakov. You know, I guess apparently out on the coastline it's riddled with sunken ships. So they wanted to create this narrative that the ship is being rediscovered as Atlantic City is being reborn. One of the very first artists to do conceptual art is named Robert Barry, who lives and works in New Jersey. So I invited Bob to create a new work. It's the first time that he's ever done a word piece in which the words are illuminated.
That's one of the things that I hope people will do. Little children, I have grandchildren who get engaged with the words. They see the word and then they kind of sound it out and you know, whatever it means to them is what's important.
For us, it was important to not only bring visitors, because speaking really to the economics, it absolutely is a tourism draw, but it also is something that the residents need.
And what I saw was it was a need of public meeting spaces, and it was a need for green spaces. And that's good for everyone. It's good for business, it's good for economic development, it's good for locals, it's good for artists.